Hello, my Stampin' friends. Today I want to share a really fun little treat holder with the Gingerbread Man stamp set and dies. This is such a fun little die set. I love the dies, but I mean the stamp set's adorable. All the little sayings are just super cute and I just love it. But I wanted to share what we made, one of the projects we made with it at Stamp Camp last weekend. And it uses this little guy here, which is just a really fun little gingerbread man. And notice his hands are holding. So you would just simply, this one was someone made an error, so they put this back in the box. Let me grab a new one. Okay, so you're gonna start out with a piece of cardstock. This is pecan pie, which is like the perfect color for gingerbread. And we're gonna cut it out using this giant die. So this is how it comes. Look how big this die set is. I mean, here's a stamp box. It's like 2 stamp boxes. So fun. So many different little things. And you could do the gingerbread man stamped, or you can even cut out the pieces. So you've got this little kind of wiggly waggly icing that you can put on his hands and feet. You can cut out the face. So you can do this cardstock or stamping and embossing. We did the stamping and embossing at Stamp Camp, but you can do it either way. And then you've got little accessories that you could put on him, scarf, hat, little bow. There's just a lot of fun in this die set. So fun. So I want to show you about the hand holding. So you're going to go ahead and use a half sheet of cardstock and cut it out. So I'm going to do that. It's time for a new plate, huh? You know, these plates just keep on going. So the one that I keep here at my house looks like that. The one I have at my classroom looks nice. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and cut this out. Normally I would show you what we're making, but I actually ran into a friend on my way home from Stamp Camp, and I gave her my sample. So I don't have one to show you, so you're gonna have to see it as we go. Okay, so this, see how he's holding hands? It's super cute, and there's a score there, so it's easy to fold, but I recommend to stamp it flat, just because it's easier. If you fold it in half, sometimes it's harder to get it, you know, that it wants to stay open, and then it's hard to press your stamp down. Okay, so the stamp for this is large. It fits the whole guy, so it does need a larger block. Here it is. This one got a little dirty at Stamp Camp, so let me clean him. I didn't realize that he got all gunky. All right. Okay, I might have to take him and rinse him. When you use Versamark, they get a little sticky and then things stick to it. But my image is clean. Okay, so we're going to use Versamark, which is this sticky ink, and ink up the whole gingerbread man. Now the stamp set comes with this little face. Actually, I didn't put the buttons on it, but maybe I'll do that. I forgot to do that at Stamp Camp, so nobody had little buttons on theirs. And you can change the face. If you watched one of my other videos, I used the little scared face where his kind of mouth is open, and I made him into a mummy. And I think it might be cute if you have somebody who injured themselves, like you want to send a get well, you could put oh snap, and then like a little bandage on his arm or his leg, and then maybe he could have the scared face too. It's really cute. Anyway, all right, so I put the little buttons on him, and I'm going to ink up the whole gingerbread man. And maybe I'll do a die cut version and a stamp version, because I don't know what the die cut version will look like. I keep playing with it. I've made several things with this set, and I keep doing the stamped version. All right, I need to stand up. So now you're going to line up the little gingerbread man and ink him. One thing I want to point out is a lot of people at Stamp Camp press really hard, and you don't have to do that. You just need to set it down and peel them off. and you'll get a nice image. When you press really hard, you're actually squishing, you know, you're pressing and you're squishing the photopolymer, which is then going to spread out the ink, and then you don't get as much of a clean image. Although if you don't get a clean image, because sometimes it happens, I'll show you how to fix that as well. All right, so we've got our white embossing powder. And I forgot one of the important steps. There's a little static, that would have helped with that. There's a little static mat that you can put down, anti-static mat that you can use before embossing, before you stamp. And that helps get rid of any static that might be on your paper or any like maybe fingerprint grease. So it's this cute little dust buddy, and it's sitting right here, and I forgot to use it. So if that happens to you, what you can do before you get your embossing going, you can take a little brush and just kind of give him a little brush down. But I might need to do him again because he was really fingerprinty, isn't he? So this is a what not to do video. All right, but this little paintbrush is kind of doing the trick for me. But this is called this embossing buddy, and it's got some kind of like chalk dust in it or something. Maybe it's the same kind of thing that gymnasts use, I don't know. But it really does help get the static off your card or greasy fingerprints off of your cardstock, so that when you go to emboss, you get a nice clean image. And see, I'm getting a lot of static. It's winter time, and so sometimes you're going to get a lot of that in the air too. I'm going to let it be and see how it works when I emboss it. Okay, so now we're going to heat it up. That's the fun part, and watch this turn into icing. All right, isn't that just the cutest? Love him. He's adorable. All right, so let's say you didn't want to use him as a two-sided thing. You can simply, like, here's one. You just have to cut the little side off, and that's all. And you can do that with paper snips. If you want, you can kind of hold the other one and match it, but I just freehanded it, and it's really a simple curve, and it's pretty simple to snap. Or you can use it as a card. So it's super cute. Love the options. All right, so this guy is almost finished, amazingly, right? So I'm going to show you how I decorated it and what treat to put inside. All right, so now I folded it in half, and I had already punched out a bunch of little scarves and things for everyone to use at Stamp Camp. So these are from the same die set. All right, so actually I can just change them. So I had some that were red and some that were green, and we're just going to layer them so that we've got a multicolored hat just for fun. I thought that would be a little more interesting because I'm actually making this very simple. There's not a lot of materials used here. It's one die set, a couple colors, and that's because this is a treat holder, and you know what happens, people rip it open and eat the treat. So you don't want to go crazy, or you can, depends on who you're giving it to. Right? I know who to give something that I've gone crazy on because they really appreciate it, and I know that they're going to love it. And then you know who to make it simple. So this is just a scarf going across his neck. How easy is that? A cute little hat. And then we're going to use the little mug. I'm using Shaded Spruce and Cherry Cobbler as my cardstock for the little accessories. Okay, now for the inside, I'm going to run right along here some tear and tape, and that's going to keep my treat in place so that it doesn't fall around. Where is my tear and tape? Okay, And then I'm just gonna put my treat here. Let me show you the treat. It is Gingerbread Biscotti. How perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and stick that down, and that way it doesn't fall around. I wanna show you the brand. I was looking for gingerbread items, and I wanted something that was individually wrapped. I make gingerbread cookies, and I think my recipe's great. It's actually not mine, it's from Martha Stewart. It's got pepper in the mix, and it's really got a snap to it, and I love them. But I made them, and therefore I have to handle them and package them. And I thought maybe for Stamp Camp, I wanted something that was already individually wrapped. So these are yummy, not as good as homemade gingerbread, but still yummy and gingerbread. So you're gonna stick that there, and then right here, we'll throw another little bit of tear tape, or maybe you've got a glue dot. And we're gonna close it up. And then we're just gonna stick that coffee mug there and meet the little arms. He's so cute, and you can hand it to somebody and it's just adorable. Let's give him a little coffee mug just for some more color. And that's it. That's it. So simple, so cute. It's not gonna go anywhere. Your little Biscotti's gonna stay in place. If you found some other individually wrapped gingerbread items, let me know in the comments because I am super interested. I actually found gingerbread lollipops, but and they were shaped like gingerbread men, really cute. I wasn't sure how well I liked the quality, but the funny thing is they look like gingerbread, they were shaped like gingerbread and colored like gingerbread, but the flavor was sour watermelon, so I passed. Anyway, these are really cute. I think it's adorable and so easy. I mean, just super simple. And like I said, you could go crazy and use the die cut for the icing, but then you don't get this outline around it. So that's why I went with this one, is I wanted more white, but it depends on what you're doing. And this is going to be a really fun stamp set for scrapbooking pages, because I make gingerbread every year. My daughter and I make houses. You've got gumdrops and lollipops and peppermints, and it's just adorable. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this cute little project. This would be something good that you can give to the letter carrier. Maybe you're going to teacher conferences this week. I am. Give my daughter a leg up by bringing a little treat. Actually, they're going to get this one, some of them. And anyway, it's just really cute, and you can hand this off to somebody and they'll think it's adorable and they'll love it, and it's just easy, and you didn't put too much time, but it's the thought, and you just give it to somebody and they're going to think you're awesome. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like it. This is an adorable little die set. Bye.